And myself Rekha, Assistant Professor, Department of Mathematics. So the next topic is test of hypothesis, small sample test. That is, we are going to discuss about the chi-square test. So this chi-square test is nothing but goodness of it, and it comes under the discrete mathematics with probability and hypothesis testing. So let us see the concept of problem and in the chi-square. That is, an Indian company wants to check a student's employment status, whether it is in full employed or a part-time employed, unemployed, etc. and so forth. And in that course completions of cohort of 600 learners, and they have given the data so far. There's this employment status, full employment details, completed, dropout, under row wise total, etc. They have discussed in that concept. So full-time employed there is 110 and dropped out 40, whereas a part-time employed 95, 55, and unemployed 120, 30, and student 105, 45. So they have given the column total and as well as the row total. So we have to find the chi-square test with the alpha 1%, and the grand total for both the concept is 600. So for the chi-square test we have to set the two concepts, that is chi-square test of independence, null hypothesis and the alternate hypothesis. Null hypothesis means that is employment status and course outcome are independent, and alternate hypothesis employment status and course outcomes are independent. That is alpha equal to 0.05, and the degree of freedom we have to calculate it as r minus 1 c minus 1, that is 4 minus 1 2 minus 1 you will get 3. So the critical value from the degree of freedom is 7.815, but we have to calculate the formula, that is chi-square test. Before calculating the chi-square test we have to find the E is nothing but an row total, column total by grand total, that we have to calculate. So the formula for the chi-square is nothing but O minus E the whole square by E. So the completed test we have to calculate using that formula, that is we have to find the row total, that is divided by, row total is nothing but already in the, they have given the row total is, the previous column is 150. So row total into column total, 150 into 420 by grand total. And similarly we have to find for the dropout 150 into 170 by 600. Like that we have to calculate row total for all the values for the calculation. So we'll get 107.5, 42.5, 107.5, 42.5, 107.5, 42.5 again repeated. Then we have to apply the goodness of it formula, that is this is the formula of the chi-square, that is 0 minus E, O minus E the whole square by E. So O minus E the whole square is nothing but we have to subtract 110 minus 105.5 the whole square divided by again E 107.5. So likewise if we divide means you will get 0.058. Next 40 minus 42.5 the whole square means that is divided by 0.147. 95 minus 107.5 by 107 means we will get 1.453. Like that you have to calculate for the all the values. So finding the summation for the chi-square will get 0.058 plus 0.147 plus 3.676 plus 1.453, 3.676 plus 0.058 plus 0.147, we will get 10.668. Previously we have calculated the degree of freedom and the critical value is 5%. You will get, here you got the chi-square value is 10.68, whereas the critical value is 7.818. Comparing these two, we will reject the null hypothesis and we accept the alternate hypothesis. So this is the conclusion. We have accepted the significance level, and there is a sufficient evidence that the employment status and the course completion are not independent in that status. Okay. And similarly we can similar problem is a retail chain wants to test whether the proportion of the customer purchase X and the three logical in region and the purchase products north east west are given, and here also they have calculated row total and as well as the column total. And we have to test the two hypotheses. One is null hypothesis, another one is alternate hypothesis, and degree of freedom same we have to consider. Here the critical value is x square equal to 0.05 comma 2, that is nothing but 5.995. So here also we have to find the chi-square test as same wise 0 minus o minus e the whole square by e. So already we have find the row total and column total, and we have calculated the e value, and 85 minus 84.5 84.33 divided by again 84.33 means we will get 0.007. And next for the northern region, no means 115 minus 115.67 divided by 115 whole square by 115.67 will get 0.004. So adding all the values, summing all the values, we will get 5.917, but the critical value is 5.991, but comparing these two, this is less than, so we will accept the null hypothesis. Therefore the conclusion that there is no significant difference in the proportion of the customer and the proportion of the customer purchasing the homogeneous across the three regions. So I think it will be interesting and by calculating the chi-square test. So thank you for understanding this chi-square test. So this chi-square test is for the applied only for the small sample when n will be less than 30. So there will be three tests. One is t test, second one is chi-square test, and last one is f test. In next video we will see about the f test. So thank you.